tacos.
Tacos.
All right.
There we go.
Tacos and burritos. Welcome back to this Latino Heritage special week of Rise of the Conquering King.
It's our very
Fuck up.
special episode.
Yeah.
I also had a taco bowl today for dinner, so yay, tacos.
This
Tacos.
episode is brought to you
Hey.
by Mexican food, not a sponsor. It's just delicious.
It's just delicious.
This is session 21 of Rise of Conquering King, and the last time we all met, the battle you were all in, this epic fight, continued to rage on. Staris and Domic, you were overwhelmed by Yemic and his reinforcements, while Ku, Bernie, and Kitland continued to battle the Goblin King with magic and bug warfare. Things did look a bit touch and go for a while, but between your arcane creativity, tactical prowess, and sheer ferocity, you were able to eventually turn the tide of the battle. Domic, you leaned more into your bestial nature than ever before, and at one point, you killed Yemic by ripping out his throat and drinking his blood. Bernie, you watched in awe and horror as two bestial titans battled in front of you. The owlbear eventually getting the better of the warg as it chased it outside onto the castle grounds before ending the fight unseen. Hitland, with your creativity using the rot grub and Bernie's and Ku's various spellcasting, you were eventually able to slay the Goblin King. And Ku, your curiosity got the better of you as you looted his body and discovered several interesting trinkets and items. I think it's also worth mentioning that at one point in the battle, Kitland found himself back into the room where the owlbear was released from, where he too discovered an untouched chest filled with a few valuable items as well. After Ku looted the body, and Domic and Staris had intimidated an advancing patrol of even more goblins from further within the castle, you all realized you had little time left to spare. As the reinforcements were continuing to gather within the castle, and even more made their approach from outside, you all, having little time left, quickly moved into the darkened room where Gundren was being kept. He had warned of something lurking within the room with him. So Bernie, using a cantrip, you illuminated the room, revealing this slithering, beaked, wretched-looking horror clinging to the ceiling above. I believe in the last session I maybe said that the creature dropped down, surprised by the light. I think I would like to retcon that and say that the creature is still very much clinging to the ceiling as Bernie's spell lights up the room, just because it's a little bit more fun tactically.
Nice.
That being said, Bernie, as you rush into the room and quickly light it, you now see this, the creature is called a Grick. You may or may not have that information readily available to you, but it is this long serpentine-like monster with this beaked mouth and several tentacles protruding from it, what you would call its lips, that kind of squirm and slither and reach and grasp in the air, as this creature kind of swarms and slithers on some of the outcroppings built into the ceiling, now revealed in its hiding spot. You can still see the glow of the embers in the brazier to the north end of the room, and now that your light clearly illuminates this room, you see that there are two curtained doorways to the northern end of the room as well. The beast on the ceiling looks incredibly hostile, so we are going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
Before we get started, Bernie, is your bear still up, and is your wolf, badger, coyote summon still up?
Yes, my spirit wolf still has 6 HP.
Okay.
And my bear totem should still be up because it lasts for an hour, I believe. But I will
Okay,
double
yeah, and I think it's only been like a few minutes since you came into the room and just found yourself in all this chaos. And there might have been a little bit of time to catch your breath after the goblins were intimidated to loot the corpse a little bit. But again, to reiterate, you know there are more creatures still in this building, Domic and Staris. You have seen more goblins in here. And Bernie has not only seen, but warned you all of more goblins continuing to approach from outside the castle's walls. On top of that, you still have the matter of Dungeon being a prisoner who you want to rescue and get out, and the Warg Riders still circling the castle outside as well.
I
Good morning,
will
Joe.
really quickly. The spirit totem lasts for 1 minute. Do you think
Okay, then I
it would
think
fall?
that is gone because Ku took some time to, rummage the body. It was a few rounds
Yep.
of combat. I think the bear totem has just fizzled.
Cool.
So with
Do
that,
the temporary hit points remain, or do they leave with the bear?
They remain. That's just something that when it appears, you get them, and then you just have them until I think a long rest.
I think generally, yeah, temporary hit points last until they're depleted or until a long rest. I don't think
Yep.
there's any spell condition that removes the temporary hit points upon it ending. So with that being said, the only last kind of little bit I'll throw in your brains is that you do know the owlbear has gotten out of their castle, and with the advancing goblins and the surrounding wargs, that may be causing some type of distraction or chaotic element to what's going on out there. But Bernie, you've walked into the room, you've illuminated this dark room. You see an emaciated looking dwarf chained to the wall, this creature on the ceiling. Let's have everyone roll initiative.
Alrighty,
One more time.
Token.
Yep.
let's go.
Let's see. Oh,
One more time for now.
where? There it is.
Perfect.
Perfect.
This ain't golf, that's bad.
Mhm.
All right. Anybody get higher than a 20?
21.
Ooh.
Anybody get higher than 15?
I got a 15.
You got a 15. Oh, Joe Kitland. Who's Joe?
Who is this Joe you speak of?
Bernie, you got a 10?
I did.
Let's see. Dominic, you're next with an 8.
Ocho, sir. Correct.
Hey.
And what is... Okay. Cool. And then lastly is Ku. All right. Staris, take it away. You have just pulled a sword out of your gut and managed to stop the bleeding with your own spell, but you're still feeling very woozy from the previous skirmish's onslaught. What do you do?
Okay, so we know that Gundren isn't here.
You know that Gundren is in here because Ku has confirmed it, and now we'll say Bernie has confirmed it as well. You can also kind of peek into the room now that it's very brightly lit and see Gundren kind of sitting there on the floor, looking not great, but maybe slightly hopeful.
Gotcha. Oh my goodness! Staris exclaims. We've got to free him. So, I guess she's gonna kind of search around. If this room, what does this room look like? What do we got? What do we got going inside of it?
So I'll answer that question in just a second. One more thing that did happen last session that you guys may or may not remember. I believe Dominic found some keys on Yimik, and there were some keys also found on the Goblin King.
Correct.
Who
And the keys
has
that
those keys?
the keys that I found opened the door that was down here.
Okay, so we'll say those keys have been expended.
Used, yes.
like Resident Evil rules,
Resident
right?
Yeah,
Evil.
correct. It's gone. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, that door has been unlocked. Who has the smaller set of keys they found on the Goblin King?
I do.
And we'll say that that is common information. Ku would have declared that as he found them.
Yep.
Inside the room itself, you see what appears to be maybe like an old hallway. It's kind of like a higher, narrower room than the rest. And it almost looks... Roll me a history check really quick, Staris.
Okay. 13.
As you kind of look and scan the room, now that it's been illuminated, you can see some of its features. And you think that this might have been part of like a chapel or shrine. at one time here in this castle, you can see these kind of angelic looking figures sculpted along the room's upper reaches, looking down on the floor below. And to the north of the room, I had mentioned there are these heavy curtains that sort of block this matching pair of archways. And even like the design within the archways themselves has some more religious kind of iconography. It's now very dusty. You can see where parts of the walls have collapsed, filling some of the space with rubble. Crude manacles have been kind of hammered into the wall where Gundren is being kept, transforming this space into like this, makeshift, prison or barracks, almost in a sense of defiance, right, to the religious iconography present. Yeah, that's kind of the sense you get of this room. The only notable thing other than Gundren and the creature, and some of these carvings, again, is just that brazier, very low coals in it, a faint light that is now being outwashed by Bernie's spell.
Okay, gotcha. So no containers or anything that
Nothing like that.
could be
No.
searched. Got it. Okay. In that case, let's see. We need to get him free. I'm gonna see how many are coming from this north end, and I think Stars is going to enter the room, kind of stealthily to not mess with the Grick,
Okay.
and peek out
Actually,
these
gonna say
curtains.
probably more right here.
Okay.
But he, again, up in the ceiling, about 15 feet from the floor.
Gotcha.
So if you're 5-ish feet, about 10 feet above you.
Okay, cool. So yeah, just kind of scanning outside this window to see if there are many coming from this side, or if it looks clearer.
Roll me a stealth check.
You got it. 10.
Okay. You peel back the curtain slowly and peer into the room ahead. And this is what you see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh. Well, that looks ominous.
It's just a sacrificial altar, no big deal. Don't worry about it.
You see that there's this kind of chamber room that occupies this northern tower of the castle. Once again, you can see that the upper levels of this tower have been completely demolished and laid to ruin. But within this chamber that is still standing, you see that a stone altar stands kind of towards the northern end of the room, near the middle of the room. And you can see that it's covered with what appears to be this kind of stained cloth, as well as several ritual implements. You see a rusty-looking chalice, a crude knife, a censer, and they're all kind of carefully arranged on top of the altar. You also see, within this room, 3 mindless bodies just kind of standing there, idly. They all look like more of those undead goblin creatures you saw earlier. They don't seem to notice you, but the one just in front of you, as you peer the curtain back and you see the back of this undead goblin right in front of you, you see that it kind of like turns and slowly begins to look back towards the room, as though it's beginning to hear the sounds of you all entering it.
Very good.
And as it turns to kind of look over its shoulder, starts you like up the
Close
curtain, and
Oh,
you're standing behind the curtain, and you hear it kind of go like just from this thin curtain behind you. Doesn't seem to notice you, but you're inches away from it.
Oh God. Okay.
Or
Very, very good. Stars wants to help. How does Stars help? Okay. Stars is going to actually cast Dancing Lights to make like 3 kind of torch lights, soft torch lights, and send them over to Gundren, just to kind of illuminate him further to make it easier for Ku to unlock him. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I will say that because you've already
that too
done
much? Okay.
so much this turn, I'll let you do the dancing lights, but I think that's going to be the last thing you can do for your turn between kind of taking in the room, investigating beyond the curtain, and then getting a spell off. I think that is you're going to be your action
Nice.
and your bonus action.
Okay, cool. In sending the lights over there,
Mm-hmm.
can I hold a finger to Cyrus's lips and then show Bernie that there are 3 behind me, like silent motions?
I will say that you can put a finger to your lips and indicate that there is a threat behind you. I think the specificity of like how many and what might be kind of hard with the time you
Sure.
have. But Bernie, you clearly see that Staris is a little disturbed by what she just noticed beyond the curtain and seems to indicate something behind her as she puts a finger to her lips.
Got it.
Cool. Well, then yeah,
Okay.
that will be my turn.
All right. With that, Kitland, you are up. Bernie, you are on deck.
I thought it was going to be a window.
Not a window, not a window. There's people.
And Staris, I will say you also could have clearly seen the arrow slits that kind of overlooked the valley as you approached. And you now realize kind of why when you stumbled down the hill, nobody was alerted, as these zombie goblins do not seem like the most alert creatures, these kind of lifeless corpses. And they definitely don't appear like at the ready at the windows with loaded arrows or loaded bows, right?
Right.
So you kind of put that together like, oh, that's why nobody noticed us. Okay, shit, back to the battle.
All right. So right now there's just a pile of rubble that nobody knows anything about.
That's right.
But
The
if
naked
Caitlin
little
is paying
man is
attention-
just climbing on the walls.
But I'll turn my eyes from stone back to yellow, and you can kind of see like my skin change from the like this rockier, harder texture to the glossy, regular Caitlin skin. And I'll run in my pajamas. 5, 10. And I'd like to, with one arm, pick up my clothes on the ground, and with the other arm at this fire in front of me. Is there a log that I can grab that's like on fire on one side, but still has a place I can grab it?
I think that these are probably like coal braziers, and at this point are more embers and more for heat than they are for like big light sources or like big campfires. So I think at the best, no, that would probably be you can maybe get some hot coals out of it, but I don't think you could get like a burning log.
Could I? Sorry, I just want to see if I have. Okay, could I stick a torch in there and light a torch?
I think using your action, you could ignite a torch with this brazier. Sure.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
And then
You have
I'm
a
gonna-
torch in your inventory? I'm assuming you
I do,
I think
yeah.
that's a
Yep.
common starting thing. So yeah, you just take the torch and it takes a minute. You kind of like bury it in the coals, and after a second it lights and is now burning and casting a much larger glow, illuminating more of the room than before.
Cool. And then I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and or I guess 30. I'll go diagonal here because the body is in front of me. I'm trying to be by
technically
that.
his body is like right here. Okay, cool. Yeah, you see the bloated corpse of this hobgoblin. Ku has just finished kind of untying the last bracer off of this fat king, and you see Ku's kind of got several items in his hands now. There's like a wand and some bracers and a crown. He's like, look what I got. Yeah, you're right up next to him.
Cool. And then I'll I'll talk to this glowing dog because I've still got speak with animals up and just say,
Okay.
all right, how you going?
How you doing? Good day,
It
sir.
does that. It does that thing where like dogs like tilt their head to the side.
Yeah. It regards you.
That's my turn.
It regards
That's
you.
my turn.
All right. You have a lit torch, and you're standing next to Ku, this wolf thing, and the Goblin King. We're actually gonna move Bernie your token to like right here, just so nobody's sharing
Yep.
a space right now.
Cool.
Cool. That'll bring us to Bernie's turn.
All right. I think Bernie rushes into the room and lights it up, and as Stars passes
No
by,
time to waste.
yeah, she looks down at Gundren and is just eyes wide. She like glancing up at the beast on the ceiling, noting that, but then like her attention goes right back down to Gundren, and she just kind of smiles, grins ear to ear. I can't believe it. Never say we didn't complete a quest and a little bit more, eh, Gundren? It's good to
You're
see
telling
ya.
me. How do you think I feel?
Hey, let's see if we can get you and us out of here now, hey? Ku, I'm gonna let you handle that situation. And then she's gonna turn, acknowledge Staris's signal and just kind of give a nod. Gosh, okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to send a, Starry Wisp up at the creature as an attack.
Okay, cool. Do it. The range on that is, I'm assuming, more than 15 feet.
Yes, yeah, it's 60 feet. So that's a 14 to hit.
14 is going to hit as it kind of glances off the side of it as it tries to wriggle back into its little hole, but doesn't have enough room to avoid your attack.
Okay, and that's just 2 radiant damage to it.
Okay.
So Baron just kind of releases another wisp of radiant energy up at it. You stay back now. We've already been through a lot today. We can leave you alone. So almost just like a warning shot, you know what I mean? Just to like graze it a little bit. And then she's gonna whistle for her wolf to come in. That's all I'm gonna do for my turn for right now, is just kind of hold my ground in the doorway. Actually, I'm gonna move forward to be in front of Gundren. Or actually, no, I'm just gonna close a little bit. I'm gonna get like right here.
Underneath it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I'll say, Bernie, I think you have a very innate ability and just compulsion to reach out to all living things. And generally you feel a sense of connection with beasts. You felt it with wargs, you felt it with, smaller woodland creatures that you've discovered and seen. And as you try to make that connection with this, it doesn't feel the same. Right? Like this creature has like an alien nature to them, very much in the same way that when you talk to people, you don't necessarily resonate on the same frequency as you do when you're talking to a beast. And so as you kind of tap into that innate ability, you feel just more of a resistance than you normally do in these situations.
Got it. Okay. Okay, that's it for Bernie's turn. And then I'm just going to, whistle for my little wolf to come in and just say defend. Tell it to defend Gundren, basically. Or just defend in general, like, the party. So I can move it actually right next to me in that left-hand space, right next to me.
Yeah, can you not move it by yourself?
I can't, no. I don't think
Let me change that so you can.
Perfect.
All right, you should be able to now. So you can go move it where you want.
Yep, I'm going to move it right there, I
Perfect.
think. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to move right there. Yep. And,
all right, cool.
Yeah, that's my turn, because I don't think the pup can, I don't think the wolf can reach the creature. So it's just going to kind of...
Yeah, it is a little out of its range being up in the sky. Cool. All right. Bernie, if that is the end of your term, that'll bring us to you, Dominic. You've just unlocked this door and kind of with a little bit of effort, and it swings open, and you feel like the fresh air come outside, and there's this kind of stone hallway that turns sharply to your right, and you see a few steps as it descends outside. But yeah, this wall still kind of keeps this area contained and concealed. There's like a ceiling. Okay. There is like a ceiling here and like an archway here that before you're ultimately outside.
Okay. I think Domic is seeing that it's a kind of hidden little exit out of there. He's just going to kind of close the door, just not lock it again. Kind of keep it so it looks like nothing's happened.
Got it.
Not to draw any attention from the outside because the wargs are still walking around. So he'll just kind of close it, but not lock it shut or anything like that. And I think he's going to go, okay, so that's a good exit plan. With everything going on outside, let's keep it going. Maybe I can't think. Let's see. We haven't gone to the chamber, the king's chamber. Let's go see if there's anything in there. So he's gonna start heading that way.
Okay. As you walk kind of through this hallway, you eyeball where you've kind of shoved the sword through the door, kind of trapping it shut a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe there was a head of one of the goblins impaled on the other end of the sword.
Yeah, I impaled Ymic's head on the other side of the door, inside the room here, kind of, so that the goblins that were over here saw it as like an intimidation tactic and shut the door.
As you walk past it and just kind of glance it, just on a quick glance, it does not appear that it has been manipulated in any way. Like, doesn't seem like the door has been tried to be opened or the sword like budged out at all. It seems like everything you've left is as it was. Yeah. And you start walking through the hallway and making your
5,
way.
10,
I'm assuming
15,
you're trying to
20.
get to
yes.
That room?
So I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 for my turn. Kind of see Kitlin and Ku. Kitlin menacingly holding a torch at a dead body, and Ku just like clutching a bunch of stuff. And I'll pass them and say, yeah, I'm gonna go check the king's chamber. Kitlin, you've got this, right?
Kitlin's holding his clothes in his underwear, holding a torch.
I'm not
and Ku is just like got his arms full with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
these two gnomes are just looking up at you.
Yeah, Domic's just not. That's a lot to unpack right now. We'll table that discussion for later. I'm going to go to the King's Chamber, and then I'll use my bonus action to dash and do another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and get it right outside the door.
Bonus action to dash?
I'm sorry, action to dash. My bad.
Okay, cool. All right. You kind of rush through the next room and step over the corpses of the hobgoblins that you slain that kind of kicked this whole thing off.
Yeah.
You pass over the disemboweled guts of the goblin zombie. You think you see its eye like twitching a little bit, and eventually make it to the door.
Yep. And then I kind of think to myself, well, zombie goblin, didn't see that coming, but okay, so this could be terrible. And then I guess I'll just kind of hang out here, hoping for the best that nothing is in here that I will not be able to handle.
Okay,
but
you've already used your action. You haven't
Correct.
used your bonus action. Do you try the door? Do you try to open it? Do you try to see if it's unlocked? Do you do anything like that? Or do you just stand at the door and kind of take a moment to take it all in?
I am going to take my bonus action and just cautiously turn the handle to see if it's unlocked. Not open the door, just kind of slowly turn it to see if there's any resistance.
Got it. I won't ask for a check from you, but the door does appear unlocked.
Okay, perfect. And at this point, he's going to kind of just like let go and kind of just gather his thoughts of like, okay, I need to steel myself. I need to get ready for this. This is going to could be another harrowing experience.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
This girthy, beaked worm with hooked tentacles protruding out of its blind, formless face falls out of the ceiling and attempts to land on top of you, Bernie.
Okay.
Girthy. Hate that.
Gross. Yeah, ew, 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 ew. It's slimier than you think.
It's in my mouth.
Oh God.
Oh no. Yeah.
Ew, 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 ew. Sorry, too
Don't
far.
think-
My bad.
I don't think this is gonna do it. Does an 11 hit you, Bernie?
It does not. It does not.
You step out of the way at the last minute as it lands with this loud, wet thud right next to you, and just like
Wet.
makes this chittering. It's got like a mucus kind of covering it, that helps it adhere to various surfaces as it climbs, kind of like a slug.
Okay.
And yeah, just lets out this like wretched kind of wailing, chittering, clicking sounds that I can't do because I don't have a voice after this weekend. As it stands its ground and just tries to act threatening. That is going to end its very pathetic turn, and we will bring it to Ku. You are up, sir. Arms full with various baubles. And just to recap, Ku, you recovered some bracers, a wand,
Uh-huh.
a small glowing stone, and a
Yep.
crown.
Yes.
Keys.
Yeah, keys and
And
then
keys.
various other pieces of jewelry.
And keys to a Porsche Carrera.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Hell yeah. Let's ride.
Escape route.
Yep.
Gasoline does not
Uh,
exist in this world, though. So
Oh,
Right.
but a
let's,
Porsche Carrera does.
Yeah. Great.
don't ever think it.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the Carrera family in Neverwinter.
That's right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah, let's make our way to save Gundren. 5, 10, 15, whoop, 20. Can I try the key?
You pull out the key, and it fits effortlessly into the lock, keeping the manacles closed and tightened up, and you're able to undo them, and Gundren is now freed. And you see he kind of like grabs his wrist, and he looks around, and he just goes, I've got a million questions, but first I'd really like to get out of here. You all have a plan for that?
Yes, running.
You'll have to tell me twice, lad. I'll stay low and follow you. And with that, Gundren is going to basically take his turn right after you, Ku.
Cool.
He will use his action to, I forget what the name of it is, but to do the defensive stance, the dodge action.
Dodge.
Mhm.
Yep.
Unless, you want to specifically use your bonus action to give him an action to do something. That might be kind of
Sure.
limited based on
Mhm.
like what he is able to do and the condition he's in. But
Yep.
if you want to be creative with it, I'll allow it within
Sure.
reason.
I will give to him the dagger that I have.
Okay, he takes it.
You might need this. And yeah, and we'll be going through what's left of the curtains on the right. And I'll finish off my movement and kind of motion towards them.
He'll kind of follow behind,
Mhm.
not trying to block the doorway, and just sort of sticking to as much cover as he can find. But he's on your tail without, like I said, standing right in the doorway to prevent access for other people. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, I believe that's gonna be it. Yeah, was that my action to unlock them?
That would be your action to unlock.
Yep. Then we're just gonna kick it right here.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, Dominic fortunately unlocked the door before we rolled combat, which is
Yeah, I
why
did.
he didn't
Yep.
waste his action. Okay, fantastic. Things are moving along. We're back to the top of the order. Staris, that's you. You can hear the goblin shuffling. He definitely seems like he knows there is sound coming from this room. Doesn't necessarily seem aware of you being right there on the other side of the curtain, but he does appear like his attention has been pulled.
Okay, so very stealthily, Stars is gonna make her way back after seeing Ku get Gundren free, and
Oh.
whisper to Bernie, "We have to get out of here now."
I'm right behind you.
20, 25?
Okay.
Sure, sounds good. Where'd Domit go? She says
that
to somebody.
Yeah.
He went. Yeah.
Caitlin looks up at you and goes, "Who?"
Tall, tall, dark, handsome, sometimes turns into weird creatures.
Murder,
Right,
murder.
Murder.
He went back out that door, and I'll motion. Whoops, here. Nope. Where will I motion? Yeah, there.
We should all get together once Bernie gets out. Okay, and that's it.
You still have your action and bonus action, so you can dash if you want to. You can.
I guess that's true.
Do some
that
stuff if you
is-
want to, but if that's all you want to do.
Well then, yeah. I guess we'll dash. We'll dash and continue going in the direction that Ku motioned. 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25.
You're only 25.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm 30.
Wait,
Just
wait.
kidding.
Let's say, why are you so
I'm a
slow?
liar. I'm a
Why are you so
liar. I got
slow?
long elf legs.
Yeah.
I just, I'm sorry, I forgot.
You back the curtain and walk into this kind of antechamber just in time to see Domit kind of like slowly test the door and see that it's unlocked. Cool. That'll bring us to Kitlin's turn. Bernie, you're on deck.
I'm gonna set my torch down and grab my short sword with one hand and my hat with the other, and I'm gonna slice into the chest of the Goblin King on the ground in front of me, and try to break open his little breastplate. And ideally, I would like to poke his heart and pull it out and put it into the bottom of my hat, and then just leave by pinching the top of my hat, leave a little thing for the grubs to crawl into, and coax him out with his heart.
Okay. This is going to take several checks, and will probably be taking up most of your time while the rest of this chaos is unfolding around you. But yeah, I'll let you roll for this and see if you can do it. First thing I'm going to need from you is a medicine check, just to see if you kind of have this knowledge of, where it would be, especially with the physiology of this particular creature, and also then just whatever to do it. So yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
You think you have a pretty good idea of where this Goblin King's heart is, and you assume it's where most humanoids' hearts are, and you plunge your sword in and start cutting him open, and that will be your action as you begin this process for this turn. And for the torch, you just kind of like put it like in the rubble a little bit, so it's just
Yeah,
illuminating
it's
the area.
that's my safety in case I get got by a rot grub.
Yeah. Oh, very smart. Your anti-venom, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you start leading Gundren to safety, you just see Kitlin get down on his knees and like plant his short sword into this Goblin King chest. I mean, there is some not necessarily subtlety, but you are being, it's not brutish, right? But it does take some effort, right? This is a big guy, thick skin, and so you are kind of just carving into it. You just flirt of blood goes up. Kitlin gets just kind of washed in the face with a spray of red as he starts cutting open this hobgoblin's chest. She's like, "Is he all right, lad?"
I'm glad I don't have my sweater on.
Yeah,
Glad
it's
I'm
actually kind of
naked.
smart that you took all your
Yeah.
clothes off for
Yeah.
this. Ernie, you're up.
Whoever comes into this
Oh,
place next is
100%,
going to
yeah.
think we are insane.
Horrible, horrible people. Yeah,
There's like a
100%.
heart cut out of a corpse and a head nailed to a door. And,
Yeah, there's
oh my
corpses
God.
all over the campfire chamber in here. Like it's just
Oh my
we
God.
brutalized all of these people. 100%. Yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Ah,
Okay.
D&D.
D&D.
Okay. So, seeing that Gundren's free and Stars made her way out, I think I am going to leave this creature where it is, and I'm gonna back up and just kind of follow behind Gundren. Can I hold my action for with the trigger being I'd like to use an ability if it seems like if anything else enters the castle, I would like to use an ability as my held action.
The castle or this particular room that you're in?
The castle.
Okay. You might not be aware of it. But
Oh,
if
I
you
gotcha. Okay.
see, right? Like, you're not just going to know if, like, somebody comes in through the door over here without
I
a way to say
gotcha.
what's going on at the door over here.
Okay, so then maybe it's if
And I will say, as you back away from this creature, it will make an opportunity attack against you.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go ahead and resolve that really quick.
Okay.
So as you take a step back, its tentacles reach out one more time, and that is one lower than I rolled the last time I attacked you. So
Yes.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, I'd like to move here. Can I hold my action for if anyone else enters like from this side that I see, like enters into the
Okay.
room that Kitland is in,
Okay.
or if another threat comes through one of these doors, can that kind of be the trigger? Is if anything enters like within my viewpoint, whatever.
If you perceive a threat other than the Grick, you want to respond by taking an action.
Yes, that's correct.
Is the action a spell or an attack or just an
It's
ability you have?
It's an ability that I have. I do you want me to
Okay.
just tell you what it is? It's
Sure, and it can be a message if you're trying to like have a fun reveal moment or something.
no. It's just a wild
Okay.
shape.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yes. If another threat enters you, okay, this is kind of interesting. So normally, right, if you were going to hold an action that was a spell, you would expend the spell slot, even if you choose not to cast it because of just the intensity required to like get the spell ready and start to cast it. And you could kind of cause the spell to fizzle, but I would make you use the spell slot if you ever hold your action with a spell. So with a wild shape, here's what I'm going to say, Bernie. I'm going to say you can hold your action. If it gets back to your turn and you don't use the action, I'm going to ask for a roll. And if you fail the roll, the attempt to try to ride the line between this form and your bestial form may like break and may cause you to wild shape.
Cool.
As you begin your next turn. Okay?
Got it. Yep. No,
Okay,
that sounds
cool.
great.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right, that'll bring us to your turn, Dominic.
I wanted my wolf to do something on its
your wolf.
turn, if that's cool.
Sorry.
So Wolfie is gonna move to here and then make an attack on the creature.
Okay, cool.
So that
as
is
it makes an opportunity attack against you, the wolf retaliates.
yeah, cool. This is +5 to hit. Sweet. 17 + 5, so that's what, 23?
Damn.
That'll do it.
Or 25,
That's
something
good.
like that. Yeah.
17 plus
Cool.
5 is 22.
Thank you. So close.
Close.
But getting further away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With
20,
each thing
23,
said.
25? Yeah, 25.
Oh my
30.
God.
I think it's like 100, right?
Right? That's the math I know.
Oh my God. Okay, so that's a D8 + 6.
I mean, if
Let
you
me
round
roll
up.
this.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's right. Oh, boo.
So that's 7 points of damage.
Hey, still not nothing.
Yeah. I mean, a +6 is crazy too. That's wild.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's great.
That little
Cool,
woof
and
is
that's it.
awesome.
Because it's like
The wolf,
plus
the wolf.
its like
The wolf is on
modifier
fire.
plus the spell level plus like something else plus.
It's
like,
yeah.
Oh,
that's
it's your
awesome.
spell.
It's 1d8 plus 4 plus the spell's level in piercing damage.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Pretty great.
Awesome. Okay. So yeah, Wolf takes a big bite out of one of its tentacles to try to lash out at you, and the creature kind of flails around a bit. That will bring us to Domic's turn.
All right. So Dominic will see Stars come in, and he'll go, Stars, I'm glad you're doing okay. This is the King's Chamber. I'm going to see if there's anything else in here, but knowing that we just stepped over a zombie goblin, this could be hairy. You got my back?
Definitely.
All right.
I think I found where they're making them. There were 3 in another room where Gundren was.
Oh, awesome. We definitely need to get out of here as soon as we can.
Agreed.
And then I'm going to slowly open the door into this chamber.
Okay.
Weapon at the ready.
You peel the door open slowly, and you reveal what you accurately assumed to be the Goblin King's chambers. This chamber has been set up as a crude living space, similarly to the Hobgoblin barracks you first discovered, but a little bit nicer, at least in terms of, goblins. There are thick furs thrown on the floor that kind of cover the cold floor as like carpets. You can see old trophies hanging from the wall. A large bed to the north. There's a brazier, another brazier of these coals burning a little bit more brightly, a little bit more well kept than some of the braziers in the other rooms. Near the door is a round table with several chairs surrounding it. Seated at the table,
Of course.
is a very
Oh.
old-looking goblin female.
Goblin what now?
Goblin female.
Female.
I try to reveal the room, but it's being stupid. Don't be stupid. Does everybody say don't be stupid on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Don't
Don't
be stupid.
stupid.
Hit it. Look at that.
Yay! It works.
Daisy's wagging her tail.
She's like, it wasn't stupid. It stopped being
You see this like old goblin woman. Her face is just covered in wrinkles. She has thin, wispy white hair kind of hanging from her forehead and tied up into like a messy bun in the back. She's got several like a long dangly jewelry made from various tiny bones hanging from her ears and hanging around her neck. She wears what can only be described as looking like it's a weird word to use to describe a goblin, but almost like matronly clothing. And she has kind of this shawl over her shoulder, this kind of like long, loose garment covering her. You see, she's got both of these long, bony, green, gnarled fingers resting on top of a walking cane as she sits at the table, staring at the door. And as you slowly open the door and suddenly make eye contact with her, Dominic, you realize that her eyes are completely glossy and whitened over.
Oh.
And this old goblin woman says, "Come in, dearie. Sit. I believe we have much to discuss."
Can we seduce the old goblin woman?
Taurus, it is not your turn.
All right. Dominic will slowly enter and say,
Okay.
"Do we now?"
I believe so. And as you walk in, Dominic, you're surprised to notice another goblin zombie lurking just to the side of the door as you walk in. It kind of groans at you. And you see the old goblin woman holds up a hand, says, "Hush, he's no threat to us. At least I don't believe he is."
Well, it depends on how this talk goes, but as of right now, no.
She smiles. Maybe you think it would be very easy to kill me. Maybe I think the same about you. You could try your luck, boy. But I think
Insight
somewhere
check.
in the back of your mind, you're worried. You're worried now that you're in here. How do you get out? Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Yeah, I'm getting weird vibes. That would be a natural 20 for a
Ooh.
22.
Yeah.
Got her.
Yeah, got her.
The first thing you feel, Dominic, is that this woman is incredibly powerful and dangerous.
Yep, that's what I figured.
Despite her frail, blind state, you see straight through it. You know this woman is anything but harmless and helpless.
Mm-hmm.
You also, with a natural 20, get
Mhm.
the sense that if she wanted to choose violence, she probably would have been involved in this fight a lot sooner.
Mm-hmm. 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 And then the
If she
fact that
wants
she
to
can
talk and-
control that zombie kind of gave me vibes too. Like, this is somebody you don't want to fuck with.
She
All
seems
right.
to have a level of intelligence that differentiates her a little bit more from most of the goblins you've dealt with. Not too unlike Droop.
Okay, got it. Understood. Well,
Staris, from where you're standing, you can hear this conversation. And from what you gather, it doesn't seem like she knows anyone else has tried coming into the room yet.
I appreciate your hospitality. What may I call you?
You can call me Babin. And you?
Dominic Grieftier.
Grieftier. A good name. A strong name. So you accept a parley?
I accept your parlay. We can have a chat.
Good.
And then I'll sit down at the table.
Okay. You keep the door open behind you?
Yes, I leave the door open.
You see Babin waves a hand to the zombie goblin. Go make sure we aren't bothered. And she waves the zombie goblin before turning and putting her attention directly on you, Dominic.
Okay.
As the zombie goblin slowly begins to shuffle out of the room. Again, Staris, you hear this. We'll go ahead and switch over to the next person's turn in the initiative. That brings us to the tentacle monster, the girthy tentacle monster.
No, I don't like it.
Why, Gertie?
Get me out of this room.
The girthy tentacle monster is, as a DM, I hate getting distracted by your summons, but it makes the most sense that it would attack Wolfie. So
Yeah.
let's see if I roll. Wow, I can't roll higher than that number. I don't think an 11 hits Wolfie, does it?
It does not.
Wow. All right.
It just
Wolfie
misses.
is too quick in this Pokemon battle. And the Grick misses, and you can see it is growing visibly
Yeah.
frustrated, and it is going to slither past the wolf and kind of make its way here. Almost, we'll actually say it kind of comes, shifts around this way, around the right side, and it seems actually more interested in stopping Gundren. You noticed, Ernie.
Okay.
With that, you will then notice several goblin creatures begin shuffling their way into the room. Would you like to
Yes.
perform your ready action?
Yes.
Yes. Glancing back and seeing the new threats enter the room, Bernie looks to Gundren really quickly. Listen, this is going to sound really weird, but in a second,
Okay.
you might want to get on me. And then And then she's gonna wild shape
Yep.
into a draft horse.
Oh, that's awesome. First, we have birthy worms. Now we're telling people to get on top of each other.
I
That's
know.
awesome.
It's just that kind of session.
As far as rescues go, I gotta
Mm.
say, it's not how I imagined this would go. And Bernie, you transform before his eyes into a very muscular, powerful draft horse.
Yeah. There she is.
Nee.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Bernie starts laughing, and it just like becomes like into a horse noise. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Ed. These are gonna surround Wolfie.
No.
Oh, Wolfie, no.
And a third one comes rushing in as well. Wolfie is now surrounded. As these zombie goblins are going to take 3 attacks against
Oh no.
your pets.
Okay.
Alright, that is a natural 1.
Yes.
That is a 15 to hit.
That does hit.
And a natural 19.
Yep, those both hit.
So that is going to be 7 damage. 7 bludgeoning damage against Wolfie.
Okay, just enough. Woofy explodes into vibrant, radiant light ball.
Yeah, you see as these goblins descend and become very violent. Wolfie kind of looks back at you and dissolves in like a very peaceful moment, as though death was meaningless to it. But your ally is no longer available, and the goblins kind of stand there bewildered and confused for a second before just kind of slowly shifting their gaze up and towards this dwarf transforming into a horse, which makes them even more bewildered and confused, so I don't think they're going to move anymore. And that will be the end of their turn. That brings us to you, Ku, and then we will circle back to the top of the order.
I don't like that this thing keeps following us. Can I try and take a shot at this friend, unfriend,
Oh,
with a
You wanted to?
firebolt? Oh, that does a 25 hit?
Oh.
No, that's going to miss, actually. Yes. 25.
Hey, how about 6 fire damage?
Yeah, let's go.
Right in the kisser, it hates that. You see it chars one of the tentacles, kind of turning it black and crispy and raw. And that one seems to be wriggling with much less intensity. Pretty hurt.
I guess I'll move 5, 10, 15, 20. 25. Yeah, I just want to be able to see both sides of the party, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll walk until I see Staris.
As you make your way further into the castle, kind of summoning your bravery, Ku, and catch a glimpse of Staris walking through the curtain to catch up with Domik, you hear Gundren call after you, Ku, and he says, lad, should I follow you or get on top of the pretty horse lady?
Bernie will take care of you. We're all in
Hey.
this together.
And with that, Gundren will use his action, Bernie, to mount you.
Whoop whoop. Awesome.
Things I never thought I'd be saying as your DM. And yeah, he very effortlessly, despite his kind of squat and smallish nature, he seems very what's like well skilled, in horseback riding, and he's able to kind of get up there, grab a hold of your mane, and just sort of hoist himself up, even in his weakened state. He's like, "All right, Cuddle, let's get out of here." And that will be the end of his turn. Ku, did you want to do anything else? Any kind of bonus action with your turn?
And negative.
All right, Staris, you have just heard this weird conversation unfold in the room before you. And Dominic has gone in as you sat there against the wall listening. And you heard her reference someone saying, "Make sure we aren't bothered." And you can hear the faint sounds of footsteps shuffling and dragging towards the doorway to come into this antechamber. They don't see you yet. Nobody seems to know you're here. What do you do?
Yeah. Staris's eyes go wide, and she passes the other side of the curtain,
Okay.
and closing it to shield herself from sight. 5.
As you do that, you see now that Ku has kind of followed behind you.
Okay. Staris wants to communicate to everybody about what's happening. So I think we can first start with Ku, and say, Dominic found some old goblin lady. And there's someone else in the room with them. How's it going over on the other side?
Well, the ceiling creeper is relentless, but Bernie has Gundren, and I think we're trying to make an exit.
Okay. Let's see if we can regroup here and then figure out how to get Dominic out of there. So I think Stars is going to stay here and just monitor the other side of the curtain
Okay.
to see what she can see and stay out of sight.
Okay. Cool. Got it. So you're just going to hunker down low and try and keep an eye on everything as it unfolds.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good. That's going to bring us to their turn. I think I need to do one thing, guys, and take it a little bit back. Because the Grick had acted in combat, they would have gotten their reaction back. And when Gundren attempted to mount you, Ernie, I believe it would have taken its opportunity attack against Gundren.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll that really quick. Where's that dice I keep rolling shitty with?
Keep using that one.
I continue to roll shitty, but it is going to be enough to hit Gundren because he is not wearing any armor. And you see that as Gundren attempts to pull himself up, one of the tentacles wraps around him and kind of slams him back to the floor with a hard thud. And he kind of spits up a little bit blood as he hits. And this creature looks like it's about to bear down on top of him.
Okay.
That's going to bring us, Staris, as you hunker down and wait and listen. Dominic. The woman in front of you, she regards you as though she sees you despite being blind. And you see that the goblin walks out of the room and shuts the door. Staris, as you peering through the curtain, you now see this undead goblinoid creature walk out of the room that Dominic just went into, kind of grab the door and shut it behind him, and just stand there at the door, not moving. You can hear it kind of just groaning to itself, unaware and void of life, this weird, lifeless, puppeted husk in front of you. The creature regards you for a moment, Dominic. Answer me this. Gruul, the Goblin King, as he called himself. Did you kill him?
Technically, rock grubs killed him.
She smiles wickedly at this, licking her lips and teeth a little bit. Good, good. Then I may be able to help you after all.
What
By
does this
goblin
say?
law, when a king is slain, a new king takes their place. Usually it's the Slayer who becomes the new Goblin King, but I don't think rot grubs are qualified for the position. You leave. There's a less known exit through the northern end of the castle. I use my influence to tell the news of Gruul's death to the others. And I become the new queen. I share the news, masking your escape. You're here for the prisoner, I assume.
That is a reason we are here, just to get Gundren out.
And that will be the end of her turn. Not before she says, I'm sure you have questions for me, which you will then be able to ask on your turn, Dominic. And that will bring us to you, Kitland. So you have successfully carved into this Goblin King's chest this man called Gruul, where you're pretty confident you believe the heart to be. You've been able to sort of crack through the sternum, and now you want to remove the heart and then burn the rot grubs out, or you want to try to burn the rot grubs out once the heart is exposed in his chest cavity?
Oh, I'm not burning those things. I'm collecting those things.
Well, but the idea is to... Okay, what's the next step you would like to do?
Yeah, I'd like to take my crowbar.
Okay,
and,
sure.
With the scooper side, just scoop the heart into my hat.
Roll me a sleight of hand check to see if you can do this delicately enough to not destroy the heart in the process.
Okay.
Scooper side.
That'll be a nat 20 for a 20.
Oh my god!
What?
Scoop's so good.
So good, dude.
Scoop's so good.
It scoops so good. I think Star said it as perfectly as it can be said.
At this point, I feel like Kitland can, he can perform surgery with whatever he wants at this point.
Yeah, with a crowbar.
This feels like a scene out of like Borderlands or something.
Yeah.
You just get this tool in here, and you're able to use the scooper sign to kind of remove the heart from the other connective tissues. You get in there with your knife and kind of cut it free from the various veins and arteries, and just scoop this thing out. And with this squelching wet sound, you're able to remove the heart from this creature's cavity. Well done.
Cool. And so there's chaos happening around me. I'm gonna, if I can do this, I'm gonna hold it. I've got that long like tube hat, so the heart at the back of the hat. I'm gonna leave my hat like pinched on the top and open, like a little rat trap or something for them to crawl out. But if things get too chaotic, I just want to like tie a knot around the hat and then hope that they're already in its heart, and I'll be.
The heart is in like. Just so I understand correctly.
Yeah, I've got like a Link from Zelda. I've got his hat.
Yeah.
Like the back of the tube sock thing.
Like
and
the
then,
pointed end, right? The pointed tip. All right, then you're gonna
so just holding it open to see if any rock grubs crawl out of his chest into the hat. In which case, I'll tie a knot, and if things get too chaotic, I'll just tie the knot and hope that they're already in there.
So you're able to get the heart out of his chest, get the heart in your hat, and I think you said you wanted to cut a small hole in the hat.
I'm just leaving the like part that my head goes on open for now, to see if any of them crawl in like a mousetrap or something. But if things get and like I guess the action would be to tie a knot if one gets in there. Otherwise, if things get too chaos, I'm just gonna tie a knot and hope they're already in there.
So far you don't see any rot grubs, and I think based on your knowledge, you would assume them to still be inside the creature's heart. and you are able to successfully get the heart into your hat. And I think that's all you'll have the time to do on this round. You do see that this creature has pulled like Gundren to the ground and is kind of getting on top of him. So you do see that shit's getting kind of hairy as you're really focused on your task. But yeah, you've got
You said I
got a
assumed they're
hobgoblin heart.
already. You said I assumed that they're already in the heart.
You haven't seen them as you've been performing the surgery and as you've removed the heart. So your best guess is on the knowledge you have is that the creatures,
Sure.
you know, they make their way to the heart. You know, once the thing dies, it's because they're inside its heart and they've eaten it, and he's dead now. So
Did I
you
see any
assume
holes in the heart with my nat 20?
as you shove it kind of into the sack and kind of take a moment to investigate it and inspect it, roll me an investigation check. Because it's, you know, it's bleedy and hard to really see.
16.
Not terrible.
You do see where like a chunk and like one of like the right ventricles has really just been chewed out. There does appear to be like a hole, like a small finger-sized hole in the side of the heart as you get it into your hat.
In that case, can I just go ahead and tie a knot then, and then be done with my turn?
I don't think you'd have enough time to pull off the
Okay.
ability to tie a knot, but you've got like you can like, you know, you've got your hand closed on it, so it's not like open, right?
Sure.
You're in control of it. Let's hope you don't go unconscious this round.
Can I move?
You still have your move, and then Bernie, you are up.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go. I was sort of unclear on the messaging, so Kitlin is gonna follow Domic's original plan and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 down here.
Oh, and get to the door. You can see that it's unlocked, easily opened. Oh, awesome. Bernie. It's your turn. You see that Justin was getting ready to climb onto you as this creature finally was able to hit something and pulled him off of your back.
Okay. Bernie Horse is gonna whip around and try and take a hoof attack on the creature.
Hell yeah.
And like kind of like get between Gundren and the creature and just like try and stomp it into the ground.
I think that you're also close. It's like one kind of tussle, tangled fray at this point, but I understand what you're trying to,
Cool. Okay, so that's gonna be a +6 to hit, so D20.
Druids, y'all.
Okay, so that's 23 to hit.
Believe it or not, that does hit.
Hell yeah! That's gonna be 2d4 plus 4 bludgeoning. So let me get my 2. Okay. Oh, back damage. So 8 plus 4, so 8, 9, 10, 12 damage. 12 bludgeoning.
So proud of you.
I'll work on my horse noises.
As your hooves come down, they literally just like stomp on the back of it, and the thing tries to like, you know, squirm away, and it kind of like looks back up you, and your hoof comes back down on it and literally smushes one of his tentacles into the ground. And as your hoof kind of rakes and sweeps back, it rips one of the tentacles clean off of this creature's face and goes like flying backwards and like into the wall behind you. And yeah.
Awesome. And I think Bernie's just full like warhorse mode, like head down, ears back, snorting steam into the face of this creature, kind of trying to butt up against Gundren, try and protect him.
Cool. Yeah. Slams. We'll say the tentacle actually slams right into this door that you are also now noticing on the other side.
Ooh.
Cool.
That's it.
Big hit. That's gonna bring us to Domic. You're up. As the old goblin lady regards you, curious to know what questions you may have for her. This seemingly too good to be true offer on the table.
So you're telling me your terms are just to take over the goblins? That's all you really want? Seriously?
Power, authority, control. These are not small things I am asking for.
Oh, I'm
You
more than
all,
aware.
with your clumsy intrusion, have provided an opportunity. I am merely trying to take advantage of it.
Well, this is the second time a goblin has come to me for power, and then I killed the other one in another room down the way.
It sounds like you want to make a deal.
Let me ask you this. What is the end game for you in this? Are you really going to try and get into a battle with the Spider Queen, or what is the end game?
I have no interest in continuing this quarrel, this foolish pissing contest with the pale spider. No, I will not continue Gruul's pursuits.
Meaning that the town is
Meaning-
safe.
From me, at least. The goblins here are bored. They don't care if they go to war with Delverton or a group of adventurers or some lowly merchants on the side of the road. They just hate sitting here waiting and festering. Gruul has been sitting on his hands waiting for the opportune moment. And yes, it was nigh, and he was intent on mobilizing. But it was a foolish pursuit, one that I told him often to abandon, yet he ignored my counsel. Gruul was single-minded. He loved baubles, treasures, and magical items because he thought these things gave him power. He believed in a myth. That echoing cave would be home to some immense of treasure. But I read the bones. Echoing cave will bring only doom and despair.
And Dominic is trying to keep a straight face in this whole thing. Shit. Baubles and trinkets, maps. Did he store any of this here? And like you said, information is power. Power and anything like that is beneficial.
If he did, he didn't. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm willing to parlay with the fact that my party and I are safe with Gundren. The town is safe. And if there's anything of value that the king, and I'll put that in quotes, had, I may look through it. We'll leave you unaccosted.
We have no interest in Delverton. Gundren means nothing to me. Take him. As for whatever treasures the king may have had, I assume they would be on his person. If he had anything squirreled away, he never told me about it. Is this agreeable? And she reaches a bony skeletal hand across the table, as though to seal the terms of your deal.
You seem to have knowledge beyond your years. This is more of a personal question than anything else. Have you ever seen or come across a symbol that looks like an eye? And I'll describe the eye that's on one of the cards.
On the handkerchief?
Yes, on the handkerchief, sorry.
She slowly pulls her hand back and continues to regard you with now what appears to be shift. Like a new thing to be curious about. Like you said, she has a sharper mind than most. And we'll see how she responds on her turn. That'll bring us back to the Grix turn, who is now fully engaged with you, Bernie Horse, as you just amputated it with your hoof. Man, I have rolled that same number against you so many times. You have a different armor class. Does an 11 hit? It doesn't.
It does. It doesn't. I've got an
hit?
AC of 10. Yeah.
Oh.
With
Yeah.
its other 3 remaining tentacles, it latches onto one of like your shoulders, Bernie. And wow, I'm rolling like shit right now, y'all. And that is only going to be 3 bludgeoning damage as you feel like this heavy just slap into your side.
Okay.
Does Bernie? You said a 10 is your armor class?
That's correct.
That's what I rolled. I keep rolling 6s and 7s. against
Oh
you.
my gosh.
So you feel like the wet slap of like one of the tentacles kind of like, slap your shoulder a little bit, and then you feel this piercing sensation as it drills its beak into your side, and you take another 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
All right, that is the end of the Grix term. Now the undead goblins are also going to swarm you, Bernie.
Fuck.
I had an escape plan.
Fortunately, because you're kind of backed into a corner, they can't really flank you. So they aren't going to get advantage on any of these attacks. That is a natural 2 from one of the goblins, a natural 17 with another goblin, and a natural 19 for the third goblin. So their 2 attacks, you are going to take 6 more bludgeoning damage.
Okay. 11. Okay, so yeah, things are looking shady.
Cool. Gundren is kind of like on the floor, a little underneath you as you're all getting swarmed. This is the rescue. And that's gonna bring us to oh, look at that. We're back to nope. Caitlin, we already did you, right?
Yep.
And then we did the creepy lady's turn, and then we did Bernie.
The creepy lady has not had her turn. That was Domic's turn.
Yeah, it was my turn.
Oh, right. Now it's Q's turn. I got lost in the initiative. Thank you, guys. Q, you are up. As you can see through the hallway, has just ice cream scooped a heart with a crowbar out of a hobgoblin's corpse, rushed out of the room to the southern end of the castle, revealing a straight shot into the other room where you see that Bernie is getting severely outnumbered.
Yep. We'll go 5, 10, 15 as I catch sight of Kitland. I'll yell down, or I'll talk down the hall, "Artillery!" And as I do, I grab a firebolt from the air and hurl it at the Grick.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and
Nope, that's not gonna do it.
I think you're nervous because you see Gundren, you see Bernie, and you're trying to not hurt any of your friends, and that hesitation just causes your shot to go wide as it slams also into that door in the back of the room, bringing it out of your attention as well, Q.
Let's go 5, 10, 15, 30. Yeah, let me start running, or yeah, I'll walk back towards Kitland. Can I pick up some of these nicer pieces of equipment that the goblins had in this hallway here?
Yeah, if you'd like to. It's like a couple of short swords, some nice daggers, like a good mace. And when I say a good one, right, it's just they're not as like crude
Right.
as you typically see. It looks like these are stuff that you would see sold at like a decent, armament store or something like that.
Yep.
So they're nothing particularly special, just things you would
Sure.
find in the player's handbook. All common weapons, nothing
Yep.
martial.
Alrighty. Cool. That'll be Q's turn.
Aris, you're up.
I think having heard Ku kind of call for backup, and not sure what's going on with Domik and not necessarily wanting to face a zombie by herself. Stars is going to go back and see what the commotion is with the other half of the party. So
Okay.
5, 10, 15.
You follow in Ku's footsteps as you see him retreat from the room, and you see as Ku turns to the southern end. You see the scene kind of unfolding in the darkened room ahead of you.
Gosh. Okay. All right. Seeing how it's getting a little hairy in there, I think Stars is going to try to stick tentacle monster with an arrow. It's been going so well. Let's just try it.
Yes.
All right, roll me an
All
attack.
right. She lines up her shot. She takes a deep breath and
Hey!
rolls 21.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That is going to hit.
Wonderful. All right, here we go. 3 damage.
That's not nothing. As it does find purchase in the side of the creature, causing it to kind of like swivel and assess that various threats are now engaging with it.
I think that's Stars' turn.
All right. Domik,
Mm-hmm.
you just asked Babin, the blind goblin, about a very particular image or icon that you are familiar with. Do you show her the handkerchief, or do you just describe the eye to her?
I describe it.
She stops and thinks about it for a second. There are been more than one cult or deity that have used such symbol. It's possible, but I would need more information to go off of. Is this a personal question?
Yes, it is a personal question. I've come across it a couple times in my travels, and I just was intrigued by it.
Shall we ask the bones?
Yes.
She begins removing some of the jewelry hanging from her ears and from her neck. These various small animal bones. Some look like finger bones. Some look like the bones of like a bird wing. Some look like a tail of like a cat. Just all various types of bones. And as she begins removing them, she pulls out this crude small clay cup and begins dropping the bones in them and incanting some weird goblinoid arcane spell over them. I will need your blood. And she pulls out a small, crude dagger. 4 should suffice. And she holds the cup and the dagger out towards you. You offer her your forearm.
Yes.
Dominic, go ahead and take 2 points of slashing damage as she cuts your arm vigorously, and blood slowly begins to trickle into her cup. After catching 10 or a dozen or so drops of it, she pulls the cup back, and you're allowed to take your arm back and kind of, hold the wound where she cut you. And she kind of shakes the bowl or cup as she continues chanting before just spilling it onto the floor. Your blood and these bones kind of tumble and clatter onto the surface, and she kind of continues chanting and waving her hands over them. And you see her head throws back as she gasps for breath. Hitlands, that is your turn.
I was gonna say, Gundren has been going after Ku. I don't think that happened this round. I don't know if he's trying to do anything, but.
Yeah.
That is fair. Good. Thank you for the reminder. I'm gonna go ahead and write that down so I don't forget again. So we'll say he picks himself back up. He is going to just continue to use the dodge action because he wasn't given any particular advice from either of you and doesn't speak horse.
What?
Actually, I think he's going to disengage
Yeah, cool.
and get out of the room.
Perfect.
And kind of see you, Staris, and just sort of make his way more towards the center of the room. He used half of his movement to get up, so that's going to be about as far as he can get. But I think that is what he is going to do on his turn as his own self-preservation instincts begin to kick in. So, because he used the disengage, he does not have the dodge action this turn. I should have rolled that attack with disadvantage. Guys, I rolled really high, so it's still a hit. That brings us to what should now be Kitlin's turn. Thank you for the reminder.
Cool. Can I tie a knot and drop it with a bonus action? Drop my hat on the ground where I'm at?
Also, you can tie a quick knot and drop the hat. Sure.
Grab it like it's hot.
A quick knot, you say?
I
I mean, they
the
got a
brain-
lot to chew on.
Like, I'm basically, like you're
Yeah.
pulling it taut and just doing like a quick
Like I'm doing a literal balloon knot. With
Yeah,
my hat.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that will not take your action this turn.
Okay. So I'll do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
I hear Ku's call, so I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I ask, can I see this slug if I move here, or should I go diagonal to here?
You probably have to be on the other side of the curtain to get a good line of sight
okay.
on the slug.
Cool. So yeah, I'll go 25 there. All right, Gundren. Nice to meet you. I'll see this.
Well, we've met before
slug.
when I hired you, but yeah, it's good to see you again.
Nice to see you. I'm in.
It happened before the campaign started, so I get why it's not like really in your memory's so good.
And I'm gonna take a shot at Slug Monster.
Do it. Normal shot or eagle eye shot?
I think I've been rolling really well, and I think this one's gonna be bad, so I'm gonna go normal.
I like it.
Yeah.
Reading the algorithms.
Yeah.
And I was right, and it's a
Yeah.
miss.
Knew it.
And then I will move back 5 feet this way.
It was a weird angle. The rubble kind of chokes the entryway a little bit. And yeah, your shot unfortunately is a miss as you begin to retreat back, and Gundren kind of picks up on the way you're going and seems to follow. That is that the end of your turn, Kitland?
That is, yes.
Bernie, you're up. Dominic, you're on deck.
Hey, okay. I am going to spin around and try and stomp the goblin zombie behind me.
Okay.
So +6 to hit. Hoof attack. Cool. That's another 23 again.
Big
to
hit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Bernie just rolling like a champ tonight.
Poof. 2d4 plus 4, so that's gonna be 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof. Yeah, you just like you hit him like right in the head, and you see his neck like cracks as his head spins like a full like 180. The goblin just kind of like stumbles there for a second, still standing, but big hit.
Oh wow, okay. Shit. There. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. Oh, tough choice. I think I
It
am.
was Staris last session. It's you this one.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna hold my ground. I'm just gonna stay right
Okay.
there, and just try and face off against these groupies.
Okay. Dominic, as you see Babin's eyes roll back and she gasps, power. Such power. I see in you a gift given to you by someone even more powerful than you. Out of time, out of place, dead. Dead no longer. She comes back. You're awakened. Awakened in a crypt in the city. Not by the one who controls you, not by the one who birthed you, but by someone else. Someone else who knows your power, watches in secret, needs you for something. Something I can't see. Something important. The world is changing, Dominic. It will be set on fire and burned to ash. You will be at the center of it all. End her turn and bring us back to the Grick.
Oh god. Oh my
Oh
god.
my.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Ah,
Ah.
what does it mean?
What does that mean?
Hey, I rolled another 6 with the Grick, which is a 10. to
Yeah,
hit
that's
you.
my AC.
But I can't roll higher than a fucking 10.
I'm really happy about this.
A wet tentacle just slaps you on the horse snout for
Ew. It's inside Bernie's mind.
one of the like tentacles gets up your nose a little bit. And it's only 3 bludgeoning damage, as it's more uncomfortable than painful.
Okay.
But it is
Got
going to
it.
follow up with another beak attack because it hit you with the first one.
Yeah.
That is going to be a hit, and you are going to take another 4 piercing damage as it continues to just drill its beak into you, trying to find like the soft spot on the back of your neck.
Okay.
To as you know, if you were a normal horse, to kill it as quickly as possible.
And as it lands its hit on the back of my neck, my form reverts quickly, goes back to my normal dwarven form.
Bernie collapses. Gundren and Staris, you both see this, and as the corpse collapses, you see it begins to shrink, and Bernie resumes her natural form. The undead goblins are right after the Grick, and you see as Bernie doesn't collapse, she's not prone, but does kind of stumble back. These goblins then continue to advance and attack her.
Really quickly, Sean, how much damage was
Yes.
the last amount that I took?
It was another 4 piercing damage.
Okay, cool. So 2 of that
Half
carries
HP.
over to my
So it
HP.
was,
Okay,
yeah, I think it was 7 total.
cool.
Okay. Ernie. What is your armor class?
15.
Okay. Those 2 miss. One of the goblins hits.
Okay.
But I did roll pretty high on the damage for a total of 7 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. Blood starts to pour from all the wounds that have not only carried over from the horse form, but the new wound that's just created on Bernie's
I
body.
will say, Bernie, as you go down, I'm going to kind of use their turns in tandem. This Grick is going to try to leave the room, now seeing Gundren, and after having kind of Kitlin and Star shoot at it and pull its attention away.
Mhm.
Seeing Gundren, it starts to dart out of the room. You will be able to take an opportunity attack against it if you'd like to.
Yes, I will try to do that. I will try and swap it with my staff. I don't know why that didn't roll, but it's a +2, so let me just roll that on a d20. +2 to hit. That's only an 8, so that I think misses.
An 8 is unfortunately going to miss. And Kitland and Staris, you have the best view of this as you see the worm kind of comes out of the door and then just immediately starts slithering up the wall and kind of along the rubble to try to like hit between the wall and Gundren to try to stop him. That is then going to bring us to Ku, your turn.
Uh, I am very tired of this thing. 5, 10. We'll take another shot at it. Be still. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah!
natural 20? Hell yeah.
Woohoo!
Double damage, baby. Ah, there's the hat. Love that.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to roll this twice or just double this?
You can whatever one you want to do. I think it all mass out the same way. Do you want to double it or do you want to roll it twice?
Let's just double it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa!
16. Hell
Not a
yeah.
bad one to double.
Oh,
Hey,
needed that.
Ku. How do you
Hey,
want to do
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I kind of put a hand on Kitland as I pass him, and then put a hand on Gundren as I just kind of literally fastball special this mote of
Beautiful.
fire, and then launch it over Gundren's head, and it just
You put a hand on Gundren and he kind of sees you and like gets down as you fastball special and just beam this firebolt straight at the Grick, who has now slithered up the wall quite quickly for a creature this size, and like had almost like leapt off the wall with 3 of its tentacles out, since one had been ripped off by Bernie's hoof, and its beak wide open straight at Gundren. And right as he got down, if you put his hand on it, you throw this firebolt straight into the open beak of this Grick, and it blows out the back of it as it just falls to the ground dead.
Hell yeah.
nice. All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I'm just trying to get in the way so that nobody can pass me to get to Gundren.
Well, he's
We're
just
here
gonna
for you,
kind of
Bernie.
step to the middle of the room, try to get out of the way. Just take you all in. Gonna use the dodge action again. I'd really like to get out of here now. That's gonna bring us to the top again. Staris, you're up.
All right. To get a better view inside the room, I think Cyrus is going to 5, 10. Can I see Bernie from here?
Ooh. From, we'll say, this space, yes.
Okay.
But from there, the rubble and Ku being in your way and her position in the room, it starts to get a little harder to see her.
Okay.
But I'll say from right there, she has a little bit of cover, but you can see her.
Okay, cool. So, Cyrus will use her bonus action and sings out, "Bernie, don't die!" And cast healing word.
Oh my God, Zoe,
hell
way to be super
yes.
literal.
That's so good. Don't die.
Please don't die. All right,
Hell yeah,
6,
that's
6.
huge.
Ugh.
Huge.
And then with her action, she's going to take another deep breath and steady her shot to hit one of these stupid zombies. Or
Okay.
try to.
This
Alright.
is the one Bernie has already hit. Are you targeting this one, or the one that's head is backwards?
The ones who said his. You said this one has already been hit.
Yeah, the one with the red dot
Yeah,
has already been
let's
hit.
just-
And their
let's-
head is literally on backwards. That's how you can tell.
That's bizarre. Yeah, we'll go for that one.
Yeah.
How'd we do? Oh, that's not gonna do it. 9 to hit.
9 hits. They are very
9 hits.
slow, lumbering creatures.
Wonderful. All right. Well, let's see if we can do better than 3. Nope, sure can't. It's 2 though. 2 piercing damage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the arrow like hits it in the chest as its like head is on backwards, and it still seems a little bit more concerned about not being able to see where it's going than the arrow hitting it. As like weird black oozy blood begins to drip out of it. It is still standing, but it looks like it should be dead long before you even started damaging it. To be fair, but it's pretty badly hurt. You think? Anything else, Staris?
Nope. That's gonna be it.
Fantastic. That's going to bring us to Kitland. I'm sorry. It's going to bring us back to our conversation with Domik and the witchy woman. She stops laughing. Finally, Domik, and looks at you. I think I will watch your future with great interest, boy. So what do you say? Let's get you out of this castle. My offer still stands. And you can see now she's kind of like feverish. Little beads of sweat are forming on her head. She's like breathing really heavy. Her eyes have kind of widened a little bit. Like this has kind of riled her up a little bit.
All right, agreed. And I'll stick my arm that has the giant cut in it out to shake her hand.
Okay. She shakes your hand and slowly gets up from the table. She's going to use her action to move over to the door. Open it. She'll see her little zombie goblin. She'll kind of nod at it. And she will look to you and say, "We should probably walk together so your friends don't attack me on sight."
Fair. They're probably all on edge at this point anyway with whatever is happening in the room with Gundren.
She kind of holds the door open and gestures for you to lead the way. That will be the end of her turn. Kitland, you are up. Bernie, you're on deck. Yeah.
I will move 5, 10, and I liked the move so much of what Ku did last time, so I'm gonna touch his shoulder to signal for him to get down.
Yay!
But as I do that, I'm gonna reach my bow with an arrow knocked and put the tip of it in the flame of the torch that's still sitting in the rubble right there.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Oh.
And then I'm
So that
gonna-
might be like a bonus action because it takes a second for it to catch.
Sure.
If you're agreeable to that.
That's great. Yep. And then I'm gonna take a shot at the first goblin closest to me.
Not the backwards head one.
Correct.
Cool. Normal shot?
Normal shot. It's an 18 hit.
Damn.
An 18 will do it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Nice.
That will be 8, and then I
Okay.
will favored foe that.
Okay.
For an additional 4, and then does fire come into play?
So as you hit it, it goes. I mean, this is a great shot. You get like right in the neck, and the thing like starts grabbing its neck and like falls over, and you see it's like writhing to like pull the arrow out, and it finally like gets the arrow out. And this should be a kill shot, and you see that it's still kind of fighting with some life, but then the fire begins kind of burning its face and beginning to spread on it, and you see it eventually stops squirming, and it dies. Your fire mechanically would have done more damage to it at the start of its turn. But because this is a zombie, they have ways to resist dying. However, your fire damage prevented them from doing that. So he is off the board as your flaming arrow kills him.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, he basically didn't get to use his undead fortitude.
All right, that was fucking class. Then I'm gonna I'm gonna cut
This was good shot.
a worried little look back behind me at Staris as she straddles the body, and I'm gonna look at the hole I've created in his chest to see if anything is moving underneath her feet.
Sure, roll a perception check.
Kitlins.
Eyes up here, Kitlin.
As he looks at her feet, that's hilarious.
I am not touching that. You see that Staris has very intentionally kind of stepped around the more gory parts that you have created. But you don't see anything currently at the moment. She doesn't have like a foot in his chest cavity. And it's kind of avoiding him to the best of her ability. And as you quickly glance, you don't see any creatures squirming either inside the cavity or near it.
Okay.
Okay, that will bring us to Bernie's turn.
Alrighty. Bernie's gonna pull out one of her daggers and spin around and try and like stab the goblin behind her back.
Oh, attack.
+4 to hit. Cool. That's a 20 to hit.
30-20, yeah.
Okay. That is gonna hit.
And it's gonna be 4 piercing damage to him.
Okay.
It.
You just turn around and just like stick this blade in like the side of the thing's head and pull out. Bernie, I need you to. You said it was 4 damage you did?
That's it. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d20 for me, and I'm gonna let you make this goblin's Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Come on.
Roll bad.
8.
Total?
Yep.
You needed a 9 to pass.
Oh! Let's go.
So as you stab it in the head and pull out, you see its eyes kind of like one of the eye, like the eye where the blade went in, just like rolls up while the other one continues looking straight. As you pull the blade out, sinks to the ground and is gone.
Awesome. And
Nice.
Bernie kind of like looks up from the ground or from behind her up at just the crew in front of her, and just a big grin passes across her face, and
Nice.
Staris, that's exactly what I needed. And then she's going to turn around to kind of try and face off with this other goblin.
Okay, Dominic. That brings us to your turn.
I'll take the lead and walk
Okay.
her out. Anywhere
say
you
you
want
kinda-
to go particularly?
Take the door ahead of you. She kind of points to this one. I'll show you the way out. And you pick up that she's referring to the same way you all came in at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
She's referring to this little blanketed hidey hole.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Take
And
my
as you
full
get
movement.
here, this is the curtain that was destroyed by the owlbear when it charged through. So you
Yeah.
kind of now see your party gathering in this room as they kind of are launching a few spells into the room. You see the dead Grick on the ground. You see Gundren kind of safely behind them.
All right. I'll, I guess, call back and... Is there any way you can stop the zombies?
She nods.
If you don't mind.
We're still in initiative order, but she seems to kind of like nod and like begin to like slowly waddle towards you.
Okay. And then I guess...
Do you want to...
I was going to say, as a bonus action, could I just tell the crew, hey, everyone, I'm alive. Head this way.
Okay. You hear Dominic very calmly ask you to kind of follow him. Cool. Anything else, Dom?
No, I think I'm just going to kind of keep a very calm demeanor to not try to rile anybody up. I think that's going to be his whole thing, is just getting out of here safely and calmly while everything is kind of working in our favor.
Okay. Unfortunately, Dominic, that makes it this guy's turn, and he hasn't gotten the memo yet.
Yep.
So, in the heat of battle, not quite realizing that the two sides are working together, this goblin is going to do what it was initially told when it was last given an order, and that is try and into this chamber. It is going to lunge at you, Bernie. Does a 15 hit?
Yeah, that's my armor class.
Okay. I want to make sure it is a 15. Oh, 16, technically. I get to add more to that than I thought. And it is only going to be 3 bludgeoning damage as it gives you a good smack. Still very much thinking it is in combat. Doesn't seem like it's too bright or that it has much of a brain left in its rotting head to begin with. But that's the only one, so it's done. Ku, you are up. Gundren is following your lead. That'll bring us back to Staris before my witchy doctor will get a chance to go. Ku, you are up. Staris, you're on deck.
Cool.
Let me see. Yeah, let's light this zombie up. We'll firebolt one more go. 10?
That hits.
Yeah.
Go fire, go. 3 points.
Alrighty. Blasts into its side, catches part of its torso on fire. Skin sizzles and burns a little bit. And it kind of slowly turns its head towards you. Go.
I will not like that. So
Who did not
let me
like
go.
that?
Who disapproved?
5, 10,
Disapprove.
The goblin
15.
zombie will remember that.
20.
Okay.
To get up with Dominic now.
You can now see through this open door, Ku, another goblin zombie being followed by a very old, kind of shriveled looking goblin female.
Are they with you? That's my turn.
Right. Gundren's gonna kind of just stick with you guys. Kind of, we'll say, hold his action to move if the rest of you begin to also go towards Dominic, but he's just trying to sort of stay with the group, so I might move him out of turn order as he follows maybe the last one out. Staris, that brings it back to your turn.
Okay. Staris sings out to Bernie. So glad you didn't die. I don't have any more.
It was just a song. It was just a Florida song. That's it.
But
Bernie, you're starting to notice like the similarities in Staris's melodies, and it's just not as inspiring this time. You know? Starting to feel a
Oh, this
little
particular
like
one?
recycled. You know?
little
Oh
one
my
note.
Just kidding,
god.
Staris. Love you.
That was a little meh. It's okay though.
I'm not losing my knack for this. But I think Star is just also just seeing Dominic like, oh my god, you made it out. So we'll come on to probably to see what's what. Pass through over here.
You now have the same view Ku has, where you can see this other shuffling zombie goblin kind of walking towards you from this way, and this like very tiny, frail-looking goblin woman behind him.
So I guess it didn't go horrible in there, huh?
Dominic seems unthreatened by them.
Right. That's what Star says. Star just says that. And I think
Oh.
that is her turn. Yep, that's it.
Walks into this room, kind of like in between you, Staris, and Dominic, and you see she puts two bony fingers into her mouth and just gives a really shrill whistle, which causes this goblin, who's still a little bit on fire, Bernie, to just like suddenly relax and no longer seem threatening.
Mm-hmm.
The woman looks at Dominic, doesn't talk to any one of you, and actually kind of passes you with a little bit of disdain, Staris. And kind of gives you this like judgmental scoff. And as she approaches Dominic, completely ignoring you as well, Ku. Gather your allies. Get them here. You must depart quickly.
Doris will remember that.
And at this point, we can go ahead and get out of initiative order, as the goblins no longer seem threatening. However, Kitland and Gundren, you all start to hear a rattling sound coming from down the hallway, as though the door is being pushed on.
Can I make a run for my hat?
You certainly can.
I make a run for my hat.
The banging gets a little bit louder as you kind of run to the hall and grab your hats. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm just gonna call out to everybody. We need to move now. This goblin is helping us at the moment, but we need to rally up and get out of here as soon as possible.
Understood.
Hey, I don't know what's going on out here, but this guy stopped attacking me. Is everything okay out there? And I'm just gonna try and like move towards. Oh, I can't move my token for some reason, Sean.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously,
On purpose. Yeah.
Duh.
It's because you were a horse before.
And yeah, I'll just like
you come
creep
out.
by this goblin and then.
Gundren is very hesitant, kind of like walking alongside you, Bernie. Let's you go first, and kind of goes behind you. And you all kind of now see this frail-looking goblin woman. This goblin does seem to kind of follow you, but doesn't like take a swing at you or anything like an opportunity attack. As you all start to leave, Kitland, you grab your hat and
I would
begin.
love to inspect it before I pick it up.
Sure, totally. Roll me a quick inspection check.
Investigation?
Yes, sorry, investigation.
Ooh, nice. Hell yeah.
Hat still seems tied. It's a little soggy where the brain has been kind of resting in it and dripping like blood. But you don't see where anything has like chewed out of it. You don't see any holes in the cap or anything like that.
Cool. I would love to like hook. This is just for flavor. I'll pick it up like a normal person otherwise. But I would love to hook it with like the bowed part of the end of my bow and be a bald, scruffy, homeless-looking man with no clothes on,
With-
holding all my clothes.
with like the
And,
with like the stick over your shoulder
with
and
a
the
Oh my
picnic basket up
Yep.
Cute.
You sling it over your bow and you come rushing down the hallway. You grab your pile of clothes. And you can even unwedge your torch if you'd like. Although your hands are starting to get full, so you might have to leave. You either have to leave your clothes.
I'll leave the torch. I'll leave the
I'll
torch.
let you choose. Okay. Leave the torch behind and get your stuff. As you make your way out of the hallway, you do hear what sounds like a sword clattering on the ground. As you make your way out of the hallway and eventually rejoin the rest of the group.
Cool.
And Babin looks up at Dominic once Caitlin comes rushing in, and she kind of raises an eyebrow at this bloody, naked, homeless-looking, bald gnome man.
We don't ask questions. Let's just go.
This is all of you.
Yes, this is all of us, Babin. Thank you.
Cloth behind me, make your escape. I will try to get the attention of the other camps. Let them know the king is dead. They will begin dispersing, so you'll need to move quickly, I imagine. Once you go through that cloth, you're on your own, but I will do what I can to keep them off your trail. Good luck.
Do we
It
all hear
seems
this?
like. Oh yeah, she's saying it
Yes,
out loud.
yeah, she's all talking straight to Dominic, and she's not really regarding any of you.
It seems that my fate is something you're intrigued in, so try very hard to keep me alive.
Right, the owlbear went out there. Don't you think it made a bit of a commotion?
Probably. I'd avoid it if I were you. Agitated owlbears are dangerous foes. And at this point, you get the sense that she's like comfortable letting you leave, but doesn't really care what happens to you once you do so.
Yeah. I guess Dominic will move up to the cloth and kind of peer out a little bit to make sure the coast is clear.
Okay. You probably only can see like let's see, do like a kind of like this, right? You know.
Yeah.
And so what you can see in this general vicinity looks to be clear.
Yeah.
The tree line is maybe, 100 yards up a hill. Maybe less, maybe closer to 50 yards up a hill.
Okay. I guess Dominic will go to the kind of gather everybody up as close to the entrance as possible. And I'm just going to look at everybody and say, as soon as I pull this, we're just going to run for the tree line. Does everybody understand?
Right.
Got it.
All right.
Yes.
3.
Although I would like to make one observation as Babin's giving this instructions. Does she have any clan markings on her, or any symbols, or?
As all this is going down, make me a quick perception check, Ku, as this is something you're very curious in. But you can hear goblinoid voices coming from the hallway behind you as Dominic starts telling you guys to like.
She's a
get to the
goblin.
Yeah, nothing that stands out. Just the bone jewelry is really the only noticeable thing. Her blindness. She's a very fascinating creature, Ku, and I think your mind just races and buzzes with curiosity that it's hard to pinpoint on any one detail. As all these various things from her, and actually, as you try to focus on her and look for this clan symbol, you get that like drumming sound in your head again, that thing that sometimes happens to you that makes it a little hard to focus, just makes everything fuzzy and shaky, and you kind of just get that sensation in this moment. You have to kind of shake yourself out of it because of the danger you're in and not wanting to be distracted and make a mistake, and you just kind of have difficulty focusing on her as those weird tics kind of begin to happen for you again. Cool. So, Dominic, you get everybody to the curtain?
Yep. And just 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to pull the curtain and usher everybody out as fast as I can. I'll
Dominic,
be the last one.
As you count down and pull the curtain back, does everybody begin to rush out?
Yes.
Okay. You all start making your way out one by one. Dominic, you hold the curtain up for them, being the last one out, making sure they all get safely. And once the last one, including Gundren, gets out safely, you hear Babin say to you right before you leave, "Fire and ash and blood, grief tear." And she begins walking down this hallway, and you can hear goblin voices as she kind of enters this like mid chamber.
I'll just bury that back in the back of my head and make my way out with the rest of the team.
All right, everybody rushes out. And you see that, I'll kind of let you put yourselves in any order you want, but you all kind of rush out, and you see that there's a straight shot to the tree line. None of the wargs and the goblin riders that were circling the castle seem to be directly in your way or at you. Chaos has clearly erupted, as things are clearly bad at the castle, with a raging owlbear going out and a corpse showing up and everything, and the horn blast. And as you kind of race out and start running towards the tree, you notice out of the corner of your eye to the left, you see a massive owlbear.
Friend.
Fighting for its life against
Oh.
not one, not two, but 3 warg riders.
Oh no.
Oh, boy.
Distracted by their battle with the owlbear, giving you a straight shot to the woods. What do you all do?
I'm just going to kind of say under my breath, it sucks, but we need to get out of here. Gundren is our priority, and I'm going to keep moving to the tree line.
Right, I can take him from the woods.
I think, yeah, as much of a pull that Bernie has to like go and help this creature fight off its enemies, especially after it kind of not helped, but at least was copacetic earlier. She just sighs and mutters a quick prayer under her breath. May Garrick Droth keep your brave soul, and may it be quick and fast. And then just gonna keep on following the group.
Okay. You all race the tree line. The epic battle between the warg riders and the owlbear, acting as a massive distraction for you. And as you make your way up to the hill and reach the trees, you hear the pained cries of several beasts being felled in battle. You make it to the tree line. You have a limited view of the castle from where you are. You seem at the moment to be out of the danger and have slipped away unnoticed. What do you all want to do?
Right, Staris, how are you? Are you doing all right?
I'm not bleeding anymore, but I could use some rest. We need to find someplace safe.
Right, I was gonna have you take me potion here, but has anybody got an empty jar if you don't want it right now?
I think Bernie might need the potion a little bit more than me right now.
I'll be fine. Bernie's like bleeding from her head, like every side of her body, as she's like kind of struggling to keep up with everyone.
You don't look fine.
I feel great.
Do you want this potion I found?
No, just keep it for now. I agree, Staris. We've got to find a spot to stop for a second.
Right.
And-
It's not really about you taking the potion, it's about needing the empty bottle.
Hey, well, just tell me what you want, Caitlin.
Bernie, take the potion.
Oh no! Wait! No, I got it. Who produces from his pouch a little vial of ink, and removes the stopper and just dumps the ink on the ground.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. From Irish to Italian.
Is this the most important thing we can be doing right now?
Right,
Agreed.
well, there's a
I
bit
think
of
we
a
need to keep
ticking,
moving.
ticking clock on my back here. It is a bit important that we deal with this. If you
Sure,
feel
sure.
safe.
And I don't want to seem ungrateful. It's just and he kind of gestures over his shoulder, and you can see like the several goblins kind of, still swarming the castle. Is anybody watching the castle right now?
Dominic would be watching the
From
castle.
the tree line,
Dominic,
yeah.
Dominic and Staris, you see actually now there's like a small group of goblins carrying like a fifth or sixth goblin on a stretcher with like an arrow sticking out of its head that has just arrived at the main entrance of the castle. Several goblins have come out to meet them and seem to be like excitedly talking. You can see that the owlbear has been slain, along with two of the wargs and two of the riders as well, while the third rider is riding back towards the front doors to meet up with everybody. But yeah, Gundren's like, all right, just now that I'm out of there, I'd really like to put as much distance between us and that as possible. But do what you have to, sir. And again,
so
very
yeah, I'll do
grateful.
the. I'll take his, his worry into consideration, and I'm gonna pop a little leather pouch around the heart side of the end of the hat, and tie that close with twine. And then I also want to secure the little hobo bandana thing to my bow a little bit better.
Okay, so you've got like the soppy end of the hat now tied in another leather sack.
Yes, and then
Okay,
the
cool.
then the
And
top, and
part
then
of
like
it-
the knot part tied to the bow, so it's
Gotcha. Yeah,
not
you
as
take a
risky.
second. It's secured. It doesn't take you long, just like maybe a minute, as Staris and Dominic kind of watch, the castle, make sure you aren't being followed, and you are not at the moment being followed. And as Kitland kind of finishes tying this up, you do see Babin kind of come out and begin to address the panicked goblins on the front, and they do seem to be kind of listening to her, and you can see there's a reaction to what she seems to be saying, but not necessarily a violent one.
Right, let's keep going, but I gotta put my clothes on at some point. If we can pause.
Why are
I'm
you
carrying a
naked,
lot.
Caitlin?
I've got me fucking undies on, haven't I?
I mean, I suppose, aren't they the same color as your skin, or are they like a different color?
Right, but you can't see me willy.
Fair point, sir. Fair point.
Stars giggles. He said,
All right.
Willie.
You guys begin putting some distance between yourselves and the castle, trekking your way back through the woods, making your way back towards the direction of the bog. After walking for about 25 minutes or so, you start to recognize the territory as you get closer and closer back towards the edge of the bog. And you find a very restless, very worried, very stressed out Pamela who rushes towards you, Kitland, very excited to see you, squirming and wiggling, trying to get as much pets and licks in as she can. So happy to see that you're safe. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break.
Yeah.
Take like 5-10 minutes, use the bathroom, get a drink, and then we'll meet back up and maybe play until like 10, maybe another 30 minutes to sort of see what it is you guys want to do, what happens, and go from there. But before we break, I want to go ahead and let you guys all know, congratulations, you have reached level 4.
Yeah!
We did it.
We did it. Actually,
Hell yes.
I had a question about that. At level 4,
Sure.
are we doing the thing where it's like you can either upgrade an ability modifier or take a feat? Or are we like, how are we doing that?
I think I want you guys to just take the ability modifier
Sure.
this round.
Cool.
Because during this break, I might do something crazy.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah,
Sounds
take
good.
a quick break. I'll see you guys soon.
Do you want us to level now or wait till we like take a short rest?
Let's wait until we can go ahead and do it now. I think a rest is coming.
Okay.
I think there might be some role play moments, but I'm not really fully planning on. Right, like if the goblins catch up to you, it'll be more of a skill check than like a full-on roll initiative thing.
Got it.
So yeah, I think just don't take a long rest. I think if you level up, like your HP will go up, but you won't like get restored to max HP. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right, see you guys.
See you in a bit.
I was about to say, speaking of animal companions, Daisy's asking to go outside. Dad?
Man, I love y'all's memes.
Yeah, you like those?
So scary.
Yeah, they're
It's
pretty
really double
wild.
clicked and made it big and freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I was like, no. Hey Sean, if we roll a 1 for
Yeah.
our HP, like our new HP dice.
Reroll it.
Okay, cool. Just want to
Yep.
make sure. Okay, sweet.
You can never get a 1. You might get a 2.
Yeah.
And it's not like if you roll 1, you have to re-roll, and then you roll a 1 again. Just keep re-rolling. Like, getting 1 sucks.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. I got a 5. What's up?
Nice.
Nice.
So, the reason I want you guys to just take the ability score improvement at level 4 is I want you guys to all be kind of overpowered. And 2, I'm going to be giving you all a feat.
Oh, okay.
Now, this will be
getting
the
saucy.
last time I do this when you hit the ability score or like feat option in the future. You can choose, right? If you want to take an ability score improvement or a feat at higher levels, that's going to be on you. But for level 1 and level 4, I think I wanted to give you guys both. So I have picked your feats when you are ready for them.
Cool.
Oh my god, I
I'm
just
not
double clicked it too.
ready.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's scary.
Is Q
Not
with us
fun.
yet, or is he still?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, cool. Did you hear that, Q?
I did, yes.
Okay, great. So this has been based on kind of the feats I chose was like, it's based on how you guys kind of role played your characters or like just really awesome moments that have stuck out to me. And I wanted to kind of just essentially, mechanize that for you guys. So Bernie, we're gonna start with you. You get the athlete feat. As
Hell
you have
yeah.
become more in tune with like your animalistic side, and you've just constantly like you've rushed in, the running back and forth as the rabbit, and the willingness to carry Gundren, and you've just had these cool dwarven resilient moments. So I think that's just a cool reflection of that. So Bernie, you get the athlete feat. Staris, I've noticed you've been using your bow a lot. And just also because this particular feat can also combo really well with your spell casting, as that's become more focused as you've used it more in these tense combat situations. So, Staris, you get the Elven Accuracy feat.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Oh.
Kitland, I actually kind of went back and forth on a couple of different ones for you. And this one I wasn't even considering until today's session. But I think it just really ties in well with this whole your interest in like the nitty gritty things. I mean, you literally just performed open heart extraction. uh, in the moments, but you've done that a lot. Like you've wanted to dissect a lot of things with the cockatrice speak and all these other moments. So I've given you the healer feat to kind of show you that like practical physician side you have. So the healer
Nice.
feat is really interesting. I don't know if you have a healer's kit, Kitland, but if you'd like, you can go ahead. If you don't have one, go ahead and add one to your inventory, but it only has 1 charge left currently. So we'll need to like restore some supplies for you if you want to get that up to its max of 10. But with the healer feat, you can like stabilize people in combat from dying, and you can like use your healer's kit to actively heal people. And so
That's
you
cool.
like basically like you sewing someone up, or having like that practical approach to healing, whereas Staris and Bernie use very magical or these salvic kind of
Combat
things.
medic. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Who the critical hit against the Grick in a really, really clutch moment. The shield spell against the Owlbear. I think luck has been on your side in
Hell
a lot of
yeah.
instances in this campaign. You get the lucky feat, sir.
Hell yes. Hell
Yes.
yes.
And also, I feel like you're the least likely to break that.
That's a fair assumption, I think. Yeah.
And lastly, Dom, as the main frontline fighter, is the one who's constantly throwing themselves into the initiative and into combat. You get to take the fighting initiate feat when you level up and get
Nice.
yourself another fighting style.
Hell yeah. All about that.
Highly recommends the like armored one if you're just struggling to pick one, because Who doesn't love a free +1 to their armor class?
Hell yeah.
It's called healer, Sean, under feats.
It should be called healer. Yes, Healer. I don't know why I spelled it for you. I'm assuming you know how to spell healer. Maybe like you thought I meant the dog. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have a brief
Cool.
reunion with Pamela. If you guys want to take a minute to level up, you can. But as you kind of, collect, there doesn't seem to be anyone immediately on your tail. It seems, for all intents and purposes, that you're out of the clear. His Gundren kind of catches his breath and finally regards you all and takes you all in and just... You're the feckers I hired to bring my supplies down to Delverton, and now you're pulling my ass out of a goblin camp. Oh boy, do I know how to pick 'em. It is damn good to see all of you. What are you doing saving my sorry ass?
Well, we got to Delverton and you weren't there, and one thing led to another, and people asked us to look for you. So we figured, with everything that was happening, it's two birds with one stone, and we wanted to make sure that you were okay.
Well, I wasn't. So, thanks for checking in. I knew the Southlands were wild and dangerous, but I never expected this.
Right, did you see anything in there that we should know about?
The fat one, the one whose corpse we all stepped over on our way out, he was a right bastard. I wanted to know everything about Echoing Cave. Somehow found out that my brothers had discovered it. Assumed I knew as much as they did. Tortured me for days for information.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but still alive, so can't complain too much. And no short thanks to you all.
Did you ever hear anything about the Goblin King's plan with Delverton?
Hey,
Because we've been hearing the Spider Queen's plan.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know anything about the pale spider. First I ever heard of it was the goblins yapping about it. It got me a little worried for my brothers, to be honest. You didn't happen to run into them in your time in Delverton, did you? Any of the rock seekers?
No, we didn't. We didn't see any other rock seekers.
Dumb bastards.
Oh, but Sildar, right?
Count Sildar.
Right, yeah, we saved his ass too.
Yeah,
Oh, the
we
goblins
did.
took him and they took me. But we got separated shortly thereafter. I assumed he was dead.
Well, he's back
The old
in town,
bastard's
and
still alive?
he's back in town, and he's helping get it all back into order.
Yeah, well, I'm getting my money back. Shite bodyguard he was.
Oh, well, he's
But I'm
sort
glad
of
to hear.
mayor now, or whatever position he's taken.
Aye. He's always sticking his nose in someone else's business. Trying to do good, no doubt. He's a good man. Glad he's safe.
What, but just
Do
a
you-
bodyguard? I thought he was the leader.
Did you know he's in the Lord's Alliance?
Aye, I did. That's why I hired him. He's an old friend of mine from Delverton, from Neverwinter. He heard I was going south to Delverton, had some business of his own, tracking down a renegade Lord's Alliance member or something. Decided he'd tag along, figured it'd be safer with two of us than one of us. Plus, he's made a name for himself as a paladin in the city. Figured he'd be useful in a fight, but those damn bastards, they ambushed us. We never saw him coming.
Right, we saw the ambush. How many were there? Of you guys, not the goblins.
Just the two of us, just me and Sildar, and our ponies. You lads were coming down with all the supplies, so we were traveling light.
I cut my eyes over to the saddle where I've scratched out his initials.
If he notices, he doesn't say anything. I
Well-
settle. Good make. Wrong leather, good design.
Well, Gundren, you looked better, but I can't say too much more for myself. We're glad you're all right, but I do have to ask, did you learn anything in your time as a prisoner? Any information that could be helpful to us moving forward? The Spider Queen or the Echoing Cave you mentioned?
Alas, you're still very pretty from where I'm standing, and I wish I could help you more, but all I knew is the Goblin King spoke of the pale spider with such venom, such vitriol. He hated her. Something about being oppressed. This is her forest, and he wants to take it back. I don't know. It sounded like he was throwing more of a temper tantrum than acting as some kind of conquering mastermind, you know? The Echoing Cave, though, he talked a lot about that. Talked about all the treasure it holds. And that's why my brothers were looking for it. Not the Echoing Cave, perhaps, but any kind of golds, platinum, anything like that. So maybe they found something of value there. Perhaps that's why the Goblin King wanted. He did seem quite obsessed with all of his toys and fancy who's-a-what's-its. Which, as he says this, Koo, you're reminded of all like the kind of unique stuff that you looted from his corpse.
Yep. Oh.
Do you think we've stopped the impending war by killing the Goblin King? Dolmec, you seem to have learned something about that.
Yeah, I was able to negotiate us getting out of there and them not going to attack the town anymore. They don't really seem to want a battle with the Pale Queen or the Spider Queen or whatever. It was more a vendetta by the king, as Gundren is affirming.
Sounds about right. Any little bit of time that the clan leaders did meet up and I was able to hear any of it, it sounded like all they did was fight and bicker. It seemed like the goblins weren't very much agreed on anything. And the only reason they were as organized as they were was because King Ro was such a hard ass about keeping them in line.
There is something else, Gundren.
Hey?
A stone of some sort. A white stone that emits a great power when used in a certain way. And he mentioned of this great and powerful rock.
Does the rock have a name, lass?
Bernie kind of like looks to the group. Nothing but the nicknames that we've given it. Nothing that we know.
What's it called?
Or were we told what it was called?
Yes.
You were given the name of it.
Ethereum, right?
Ethereum.
Cierno Albrecht called it Ethereum, yeah. You tell him the name?
Yeah, yep.
You see Gundren's lips start to curl upward in a wide smile. You're not telling me Echoing Cave is home to Ethereum?
Can I?
That's what we've heard.
It's the stuff of legends. It's not real.
That's what Ierno found and used it against us.
Wait, is it like this stone in my pocket? And Koo pulls out the rock that he has.
So you pull out what you have looks like a precious gemstone, Koo, like a ruby or an emerald or something like that.
Okay.
It's not cut as nice as one. It's still kind of in a raw form, but instead of shimmering with just a single color like most precious gemstones does, this one seems to like reflect and catch the light and sort of change and warp in color as it catches the light differently. And it does not appear it does appear to be a very unique and interesting and perhaps even magical gemstone, it does not appear to be the same substance that Ierno had.
Okay.
Hey, no, that's beautiful what you got there, lad, but that's no Ethereum. No Ethereum, if real. Alright, so you know when you cast spells, sometimes you need material components if you don't have a focus. And for the really, really powerful spells, you need a really, really powerful component, like a big-ass diamond to bring someone back from the dead or something, right?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, with Ethereum, you need a pinch of it. Just a wee little bit of dust. And you could perform 100 Revivify rituals with just that much. It's the most powerful spell component that has ever been discovered. If what you're saying is true, and Echoing Mine is actually home to it, whoever controls that mine could control the world, let alone just Neverwinter.
I think Barney's eyes go wide as he talks about just the power to perform great feats of magic with the material, and she stutters for a second. Have you seen this Ethereum heal before, Gundren? Does it have healing capabilities?
I've only ever read about it in books. Yeah, as dwarves, we're curious about the stone, the earth, and of course, it's able to provide us powerful and rare gifts. But the way Ethereum is described, it seems unreal, unnatural, way too powerful for any one person to be in control of. No, lass, I've never seen Ethereum, and before today, I doubted it ever even existed.
To control the whole world, that sounds dangerous.
Right? Magic is dangerous, if you ask me. Very useful, but dangerous nonetheless.
Dude, the way you're describing it, it seems like it's not natural. Is it man-made?
I don't think so. I don't know, honestly. It's stone, it's element, I say it's only... I act as though it's unnatural because there's nothing quite like it.
I
Things
mean,
like that in nature
alchemy-
exist all the time.
Alchemy can do all kinds of things.
Hey, but
and
it's
there are
mine
things,
specifically from Echoing Cave.
there
I
are
mean,
things buried in this earth that are far more ancient and powerful than I think any of us can know about.
I look at Dominic.
All right.
do I have
look
something
at-
on my
I
face?
I look at Pamela.
Ah,
Well, it makes sense. The weave touches all in the material plane. It could be that this rock, this substance, is conductive. Yeah, maybe it attracts the weave. Maybe it holds it. It physically binds the weave. And this could
And
be it. This could
so
be
you're
true.
saying it's kind of like a housing mechanism of some sort with the weave, and at some point it gets so unstable that it's 100 times as powerful as a piece that would be used for regular magic? That just
It
seems
could
so
be.
far-fetched. I mean, I am nowhere near as versed as you all with magic. I am way out of my element at this point. It just boggles my brain, I guess, a little bit.
Well, I can't imagine that you're that far from the world of magic, Dominic, with the things that you've been doing lately. How are you feeling, by the way?
Terrible, but I'll make it until we get back and get some rest.
your stomach is in knots, Dominic, and you feel both nauseous and starving.
I think the adrenaline is finally starting to wear off. I'm feeling like utter garbage at this point. But I know we need to keep moving and get back to town. We can't dilly-dally for any longer. I'm not sure how long Babin's gonna keep all those goblins out without patrols.
I don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
sound too highfalutin to any of you, but if one of y'all could point me to the nearest tavern, I'd be greatly appreciative.
Hey, those are some words that I've been waiting to hear.
We have a bit of a journey ahead of us.
Aye, we're in the woods of the bog of Neverwinter Woods, so we'll be a little bit.
Anywhere beats where I'm coming from.
Aye, it makes sense to me.
Good to have you back. And Bernie's just gonna walk over and kind of like, place a hand on his shoulder and give him a smile,
He kind of puts a hand on top of yours and like pats it. Good to be back. Yeah. Got a little dark there for a second, but that's behind me now.
Aye, you're with friends now.
So which way?
Great question.
That way.
We all point in different directions.
Yeah.
Oh, what have been say this? And after a little bit of delineation, unless there's anything anybody wants to do that can't necessarily be done kind of on the move, you start making your way a little bit further into the bog.
Oh,
As
question.
as the terrain starts to get a little bit more difficult to traverse, who is the one and then I'll get to your question in just a second, Staris. Who is the one who wants to try to navigate their way back towards because you used a trail to get through here, a
Right.
trail that you know the goblins use. So who wants to try to either rediscover that trail, or if you don't want to try to use that trail, choose the way you get back through the bog?
I would say that Staris would volunteer for that just because she was so involved in switching the
Mhm.
skulls and making the marks.
Now, that is the skulls through the woods. This is
Oh,
just
that's
the
true.
bog
That's what I was
itself,
getting to there. Yeah.
which you use like the skull trailblazes to kind of follow through that particular path. So, who wants to try to navigate the bog before you then have to navigate through the woods?
Should we take the same way back? Since we know it. Might be a bit easier, right?
And then before we get too far into that conversation, what was your question, Staris?
Oh, so- what happened to that horn?
oh, this one. And Bernie pulls the big old horn out of her pocket or out of her bag. It was
You
mighty
saved it.
useful back there. Oh, yeah, I'm not getting rid of this thing. You kidding me?
Nice. I mean, if we can find the way back the way we know, that'll be easier. But I don't know if we came in the same way that of the woods that we did earlier.
But I told Pamela to stay where we came. It must be around here somewhere. She can smell real good. And she's
Aye.
only been in one place.
Well, then
Wags her tail.
do you and Pamela want to lead the way then?
Right, I guess. More Pamela than me.
Okay. You want
But,
Pamela to make a perception check and see if she can try to find the trailhead?
Yeah, I mean, that's where she was hiding, so I
Okay.
will have her do that.
With
Roll.
guidance, as I
Yeah.
pet Pamela and give her a good berry.
Oh yeah, she's eager to succeed now. No way she can go. This is gonna be where you guys use the golden die because we're wrapping up in like 10 minutes.
Probably.
Yeah.
We're gonna get lost.
All right.
Let's go, Pamela.
You
What will
looking
you
for her
have me roll?
perception? I think. Let me see. If you go to your sheet, I just want to see if you can pull it up with Pamela. I know it's buried. Like you have to go to your features and traits.
Passive perception is 12. Of
Oh,
a Beast
okay,
of the
cool.
Land. That's not from my sheet. That's from Beast of the Land.
Right. So should so just roll with a +2.
A D20.
Yes.
D20 plus 2. Golden die.
Golden die.
It's yours to you as how you see fits.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
It's a little bit better.
No, yeah.
So
Yeah,
Pamela-
plus 84.
It's a 12. Hey, a 12 is not bad, right?
And then
Like,
guidance, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Guidance,
What's
so
the guidance?
1d4.
Okay.
14.
14. Not terrible.
Pamela sniffs around for 5-10ish minutes or so and kind of leads you into the bog. You guys are still putting in effort, eager to put as much distance between you guys and the ruins as you can, but I think you're tired, you're drained, maybe even a little shocked from what's happened, and Pamela's kind of taking her time seeking out the spot. Not to mention the terrain itself is just difficult to navigate. But eventually you start to recognize a little bit of the terrain and eventually see the first waymarker, albeit, now face the opposite direction, that could start to guide your way back through the bog.
Good job, Pamela.
She kind of wiggles a little bit, excited that she could succeed, and you all begin your journey arduously back through the bog. It is still pretty early morning since you guys assaulted the castle right at dawn. And although it took us almost 5 sessions to do everything, I feel like you were only there for, not even an
hours
hour
at best. Yeah.
not even, I think, right? Because it was of how quickly it had to be in and out. And we
True.
were in combat pretty much the whole time. You think about a round of combat is only 6 seconds.
That's true.
So with the exception of like looting the corpse and just walking around the castle a little bit when you first got in, not very much time at all has passed. So it's still pretty early in the day. We'll say like almost 10 a.m. Maybe approaching 11 now that you've spent some time getting into the bog. So not quite midday. And you guys are just getting tired, getting exhausted. Do you want to take a... think you all would try to get through the bog, knowing it will take you... or do you think you would short rest at a point as you were journeying through the bog? Do you think you would power through or take a breather as you start to approach midday?
I would think power through.
I'm on
yeah.
power through mode.
Yeah, I'm on the train.
I think we're all,
Cool.
yeah.
You
just
guys-
straight shot.
Let's get there.
I'm just worried
guys
about
dig deep.
exhaustion. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Yeah.
You guys dig deep and decide to continue pushing through the bog as you kind of feel that, the heat. Well, it's still pretty cool, but no, I guess it is a little bit warmer in this particular region as it's a lot, muggier, a lot more humid in this particular area of the bog, which is very different from kind of the surrounding terrain. You can just feel the weight of your armor, the just dull of battle. But you continue to trudge. I'll kind of check in with one another around that like break time and just decide to just keep making it through. It sucks getting through this bog, and you're going to keep powering through. When you initially came to this bog, I had you roll a bunch of skill checks. We're going to avoid that this go around, just because I don't want to keep doing the same thing to you twice. As you get to about mid-afternoon, you're taking your time, you're a little bit more cautious about those big puddles, not taking as many risks. You hear a sound. And it sounds like it's coming from behind you. And though it's quite a ways off, it does sound like some goblins have chosen to pursue you. You're still in the bog. You've got maybe a few more hours to get out of here. And if there is a large force pursuing you, the bog is also going to slow them down as well. But this is where we will pick up next time we all play.
Nice.
If you haven't finished leveling up to level 4, go ahead and do so. If you didn't hear, Bernie asked the question, when you roll for your HP, again, if you haven't already done so, please re-roll any ones. Do not keep a 1. 1 suck, but you do have to keep a 2. But yeah. You guys are being pursued as you try to make your way out of the bog. You've got Gundren in tow. We'll see what happens next time.
Yeah.
I've got a question about HP.